Let me turn this down a bit. What is going on? Welcome to the stream. My name is Bill. This is KO Bets. We've got UFC Fight Night. Lemos versus Jandiroba to get started. Elephant in the room. I wasn't here last week. Last week I was on my bachelor party. It was a lot of fun. And just didn't do it. Bad discipline. Alright, but let's get started with this week. We'll get the web stream pulled up. Get the music turned off. Before I get started, please like the stream, subscribe to the channel. I appreciate your support tremendously. You see my Twitter right there. Apologize for all the politics on there lately. But I'll post my bets for free there. My official picks. I'll do that tomorrow morning. I'm burping because I just chugged a high noon. Hang on a second. I think it was just the cat. Muhammad Usman taking on Thomas Peterson. Muhammad Usman, what's he got, like 4 fights in the UFC? Coming off of a loss to Michael Parkin, and now he's taking Thomas Peterson, who's just a wrestling machine. Thomas Peterson, he did not look good in his debut against Jamal Pokes. But this is a different fight. Usman, pretty low volume. Tom Peterson, also low volume, but you got the grappling. The only fight I've really seen Usman grapple in is the Tafa fight. And he was like, I looked it up. He was 2 of 12 on takedowns. I don't really love his chances in this fight of winning. I kind of like Thomas Peterson to be the minute winner. The best shot Usman has, in my opinion, is to try and knock out Thomas Peterson. And I don't know if that happens, but I'm going to go with Thomas Peterson here to be the minute winner and to win this fight. Usman is the slight favorite here. I guess I'm going to go with Thomas Peterson. I like the Peterson decision. Maybe I hedge with like the Usman knockout, but I don't know. I don't think that's going to happen. I think it goes the distance and Peterson wins. Luana Carolina taking on Lucy Pudilova. Pudilova is coming off of a couple of losses. I'm not a big fan of either one of these fighters. I don't know. I guess I'm gonna go with. I think it plays out primarily on the feet. I don't think you're gonna grapple at all. This is gonna be a striking matchup. It's gonna be close. It's a pick'em. Let's check Draftkings. Yeah, Carolina's a slight favorite. I'm going to go with Carolina to get it done. She's 6-2 in decisions. Pudilova's like... You can check that. She's 9-8. Basically 500. So I'm going to go with Luana Carolina to get a decision. Loic Ragzabov taking on Trey Ogden. I think in this fight, I think Loic is a little low volume. Ogden's a little low volume. It might be a little bit slow paced, unless Loic's able to land something big here. But Ogden's a really good fighter. I like him to have a little more output on the feet. I like his cardio to hold up. I don't know if we're for sure going to see Loic try and grapple, but I don't know if that's going to be good, if the fight goes 15 minutes or not. We can take a look at both of their profiles. Five and 4 in decisions, so he's most of his fights are ending inside the distance. We've never seen Trey Ogden get knocked out. No knockouts in his career. I really don't think the wrestling of Loic's going to be effective in this fight. And I kind of like Ogden to be the minute winner, so I'm going to go with Trey Ogden in this fight to get it done. Decision. If you're on the Loic side, they also say the decision. Yeah, I'm going to say Trey Ogden, decision. Miranda Maverick taking on Dione Barbosa. Maybe it's Diane. Dione. No, I pronounced it right the first time. Dione Barbosa. Barbosa's stepping into this on short notice. She looked pretty good in her debut, minus the gas tank. Miranda Maverick, on the other hand, she's going to be a probably tough matchup for Barbosa, who relies on grappling, is not stepping in on short notice, and does have a good gas tank. This could be just a tough 15-minute fight. I think it's going to be, pretty close, where we could see Barbosa ahead early and then Maverick pulling ahead second, third round. But if Barbosa takes 2 rounds, that's not good if you're on the Maverick side. Maverick is who I'm going with. She is the heavy favorite. She's minus 225. The largest favorite, it looks like, for the week. And I like the decision. I like the decision. Minus 110. Odds makers, they love it to go the distance. Brian Kelleher taking on Cody Gibson. I'm a like Brian Kelleher, the fight against Garbrandt, his last fight. Like, that was after neck fusion surgery. I thought he was a pretty fun fighter before then. It's an interesting fight against Cody Gibson, who's obviously a veteran. And Brian Kelleher has looked not that great lately. It just like not a lot of things going in Kelleher's favor. How old is Kelleher? $37. Yeah, I mean, it's hard not to take Cody Gibson in this fight. But I'm also not a big Cody Gibson fan. I just think he's going to do enough to win. I like him to be a lot more, I guess, durable than Brian Kelleher. No knockout losses. And just a little more active. I think he was on the show. Yeah, he fought Brad Katona. 0-2 thus far. I think he probably gets on the right track against Brian Kelleher. I'd love to see Brian pull it off, but we got to go with Cody Gibson. I mean, it wouldn't surprise me if he KOs Kelleher. I think that's probably like the logical outcome based on how Kelleher's last fights have gone. But is it the last 2 or 3? No, they're just finishes. But I don't know. Something kind of tells me Kelleher's going to stick it out. This fight is going to be a little bit back and forth, but Cody Gibson's just going to do enough to win it. Young Lee taking on Hyder Emil. This should be a electric fight, a fun one to watch. Hyder Emil has this crazy style to him where he's just right out of the gate trying to pressure take off his opponent's head, and it's fun. Good power. And then we got Young Lee, who is also very good, 11-1, and he's good everywhere. He's just a tactician. He's got a lot of power. I really like Young Lee in this fight. I mean, you got to give Hyder Emil a puncher's chance, but I'm taking Young Lee to get this done. Probably a knockout at plus 180 there. Giving Hyder his first loss. Doohoo Choi taking on Bill Algeo. Doohoo Choi, not a lot of activity as of late. Did fight last year, but he hasn't won in a while. And Bill Algeo's a tough fight. That's a tough fight. I mean, everything's just pointing in favor of Bill Algeo. He's active. He's good. Doohoo Choi, I mean, I don't know if his cardio is going to be there with Bill Algeo. I don't know how durable he's going to be in this fight. 15-minute fight with Bill Algeo. You do got to question, I think Bill Algeo was knocked out his last fight. So that's obviously not a good look. Kyle Nelson knocked him out. But he's a good fighter. He's a good fighter. So I'm going to go with Bill Algeo to get this done. I'm going to say Doohoo Choi goes the distance. Bill Algeo uses his grappling, uses his output. Doohoo Choi doesn't put enough out there and isn't able to find Bill's butt. Odds makers like this to go the distance. They like the Bill Algeo decision as well. On the Doohoo Choi side, I guess I like the knockout after seeing Bill Algeo's last fight. Cody Durden taking on Bruno Silva. Cody Durden, fun style, high output, good wrestler. Just a really fun fighter, and he's taking on Bruno Silva, who's also a really good grappler, really talented. Durden's going to have the output advantage, but as far as being dangerous, Bruno Silva's going to have that inside the distance potential. Not that Durden won't. He's got great cardio. He's going to be there for 15 minutes. I kind of wonder, you wish you could see one takedown attempt, just to see what the game plan is for Silva. Because I could see this fight going one of two ways. I could see Durden grappling a lot and Bruno Silva pulling guard and almost, when it is on the mat, accepting that position, looking for submissions. And is Cody Durden good enough to stay out of those? I would say, yeah. I could see, on the other hand, I could see Bruno Silva catching Cody Durden with some sort of slick submission. I could see him while they're on the feet, Bruno Silva hurting him really bad. So it's an interesting fight. I kind of want to look at Durden a little more closely. The losses: 4 submission losses, no knockout losses. Bruno Silva, there's no way Bruno Silva's winning a decision. Yeah, I'm going to go on Cody Durden's side. I'm probably going to stay away from this fight altogether. It kind of, in my opinion, depends on, is Durden going to be able to offensively wrestle Silva, take him to the ground? If he is, I feel confident in him being the minute winner. If he's not able to do that, Silva might put him away inside the distance. So maybe that's that one we hedge. But I'm going to go with Durden here in the decision. Plus 150. On the Silva side, yeah, I mean, the submission is more appealing than anything for the Silva side on first glance to me. I do not like... I just don't see any scenario where he's the minute winner. So I don't like that decision for Silva. Kurt Holobaugh taking on Kanan Krzyzewski. Kurt Holobaugh, forward pressure, big power, pretty fun fighter to watch. And then you got Kanan Krzyzewski, who's also got pretty decent power. And what has he done in the UFC so far? 2 fights. Contender Series, rear naked chokeout. Got knocked out by Brenner in his debut. Other loss was a knockout. Kurt Holobaugh's got that forward pressure. Man, it'd be hard to see Kanan knock out Kurt Holobaugh, right? Holobaugh does have a knockout loss. to Raoni Barcelos back in 2018. Man, I kind of like Kurt Hollabaugh to upset Kanan here and find the chin with a knockout. I like his pressure too. He could potentially be a minute winner. If Kanan, I think his path to victory in this fight is probably to grapple. Probably to take down Kurt and to grapple. Let's see. Hollabaugh is the underdog. The knockouts at plus 330 and plus 300. We could play both sides. What do the odds makers like? They think this fight isn't going to go the distance. There was one where I was kind of interested in. Was it the next one? I'll go back to that. Steve Garcia taking on Sungwoo Choi. This will be a great fight. I think someone's definitely going to get knocked out. I think it could be potentially. I mean, we're going to see action right out of the gate. It could be early. Both of these guys have great knockout prowess. They both have been knocked out. They both have been knocked down quite a bit. Yeah, this is an interesting one. I would I'm almost leaning a little bit to the Sungwoo Choi side. There's no chance. We gotta go with Steve Garcia. To get it done. It's gonna be a knockout either way. Steve Garcia is the favorite. It's just like, and something is gonna end in a knockout. It's kind of fun to take the underdog, right? The Garcia knockouts at plus 110. The Sungwoo Choi knockouts at plus 185. I was going to check something. Oh, just the knockout in general is minus 360. Not touching that. We'll have to get creative on these picks tomorrow morning. Amanda Lemos taking on Virna Jandiroba. Amanda Lemos is coming off a win, right? Dern. Which I think I picked Dern in this fight, just seeing her get grappled against Zhang. And I can't remember, but I think I was mad she won. Was it a split? No, it was unanimous. Let's see what I was mad about. I don't know. Maybe it was just a ugly fight. But Amanda Lemos, really good stand-up, really good striker, going to have a big advantage in the striking department. Virna Jandiroba is going to have a grappling advantage, terrific grappler. And, yeah, I mean, it's basically a pick-em. I'm on the Lemos side. I think Lemos is going to have a lot of success on the feet and be able to stay safe in the guard of Jandiroba if she gets taken there. So I like the dog here. I like the, I guess, potentially knockout, potentially decision for Lemos. And Odds makers don't like this to go the distance. On the Jandiroba side, I guess I like the decision. I don't think she's going to submit Lemos, but we'll see. We'll see. I'll post my bets on my Twitter tomorrow. Let's check it out, trending. What's going on with Jeff McNeil? He's hitting dingers and catching balls. Oh, Modest Buzelis, big fan. I don't know if I talked about him on here, but I couldn't believe he dropped to us. Big fan of the new addition by the Bulls. What's going on with Don? Ooh. What the hell? What did Don do to Candace? He invited her on his show to ask about my Christian belief regarding his... I'm going to just leave it up there for you. You can read it. This kind of sucks. What's the green wall? Oh, this is Call of Duty. How's he moving like that? Are there like boosters? I have like for the movement. It seems really fast. Like just a couple of the animations, right? Seem really fast. Maybe you gotta equip something, but brick by brick. That's another gaming thing. We're not going back there. What's going on with David? Oh. We'll avoid that for now. Martin Perez, Weston Wilson, MLB. Who's Gus? Gus isn't in the best shape after being extubated, poor respiration. Oh, a baby. Alright. There's a lot of nonsense in these hashtags. CrowdStrike. I tried reading this, the CrowdStrike analysis, the programming thing. I don't really get it. I don't program, but there was an error detected, but I just don't get the explanation, you know? It's just a bunch of code. You know, and the snippets being cited are like, it just looks like someone took their hand and put it on the keyboard. But CrowdStrike, breach, Ukrainian based. Not great. Not great. Let's cut it. Let's cut it. Have a nice Friday, everyone. Thank you.